And I'm happy to have with me here, 5-time interviewee of me, a record setter right here. He's now connected with the likes of Booker T. It is Baron Black. Baron, thanks for joining, man.
Thank you. No problem. 5 times, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Me and Booker got the 5-finger salute now. We both can do it.
Heck yeah. I need you when you for the next interview post when I do a picture, I need you to do like the hand thing, and then we'll get you up on WrestleZone like that.
Yes, shout out to the trailblazer, the legend that is Booker.
Hell yeah, man. He's one of the guys back in WCW, man. His like best of 7 with Benoit and like his TV title run, man, set the tone for like that upper card of WCW, and then just moving forward, dude. Booker T he is a trailblazer, no doubt about it. So, yes. But you're trailblazing here, blazing with Battle Slam Vendetta. Talk about this a little bit. It's kind of a unique thing. You just mentioned too to me that this is a brother promotion of Terminus. So give me some more details behind how this is all connected and how this came to be.
Yes, Battle Slam is the brother promotion of Terminus, the partner promotion of Terminus, and it's definitely being connected to Terminus in ways that will be revealed in the near future. But Battle Club does stand on its own as it's running its first show, Vendetta, here in Atlanta. And it's this one-of-a-kind show. That's something that many people really thought that should have been done a long time ago.
Right.
And I took it upon myself, because Battle Slam is powered by me, your Emperor Baron Black. And I took it upon myself to finally make 2 worlds converge for one epic event. And that is pro wrestling and hip hop converge for one epic event, one night here in Atlanta, as Battle Slam presents Vendetta.
Now, as far as it goes, maybe you'll save this for later, but from a rule standpoint, is it going by the Terminus rule book, or is it going to be its own entity?
Yeah, like I was saying, like there are ways that Terminus and Battle Slam are connected.
Mm-hmm.
But Terminus is, the bigger brother. Battle Slam is the little brother, but Battle Slam is trying to make some noise here because he wants to be heard.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, there will be a few things that will connect Terminus and Battle Slam, but as far as the directives go, no. The Terminus directives are exclusive to Terminus.
Okay.
Now, there might be some elements from Terminus that people are used to now after 2 successful shows with Terminus 1 and Terminus 2 that you might see in Battle Slam. But Battle Slam is going to be its very own experience, its very own rule set, which I will put out very soon. And Battle Slam obviously is going to bring a whole different element. We're bringing the culture of hip hop and pro wrestling together finally in a huge wrestling live performance crossover event.
Well, and you say that too, because it's like you would think that something like this would have happened already, because like music and pro wrestling are just synonymous before. It's like peanut butter. It's like peanut butter and jelly almost, where it's just like one makes the other. You can't have it. And I think the addition of music and plus what the culture has come with wrestling and hip hop, it's just like it's a perfect it's a perfect matchup. So talk about was this kind of just what you were hearing for people, and that kind of motivated you to get this thing going, or was there something behind it where somebody connected with you and you really got the gears turning there? How did this all kind of come to be for you personally for this?
Me personally, a a lot of my ambitions and a lot of Gresham's ambitions have all basically been displayed in Terminus. But both of us as individuals have certain ideas that we want to explore. Gresham has a couple of ideas that he wants to explore, which he very well might do at a later time. And I had this idea I wanted to explore, you know what I mean, that really didn't fit the actual, structure and setup for Terminus, but it can be its own thing. And this is something I've been wanting to do because everybody played the video games.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody played it. We all understood that No Mercy was going to be no more once the console generations had changed from N64, and then we went to the GameCube, and, Aki Corporation was kind of, moved around, and Ukes took the place as the sole wrestling developer for all the wrestling games. So we was kind of upset. And then, EA, back when they were good, decided to bring Aki Corporation on to create a wrestling game and merge it with hip hop. And it became a cult classic, and everybody knows what I'm talking about, which is the Def Jam games and Def Jam Vendetta. And nothing could have went perfectly together than these two cultures and these two entities and these two worlds. And ever since the game came out, everybody has always wondered, could an event like this actually happen? And how this came about is that I had quite a few people, actually watch Terminus that were very important figures in the music industry and very, very important figures in Atlanta as a whole, even from a government standpoint. So I had got a lot of interest in running different events here in Atlanta. And one of the things that came up was, how about a hip hop event? And I was like, oh, that was already in the back of my head. So, talks were made, phone calls were made, discussions were made, and then I got connected with the right people. And now you see this event is finally happening, and I'm very excited for what we're about to present when hip hop finally collides with pro wrestling for people to actually live it and attend it live. So it's going to be pretty fucking dope.
Yeah. Dude, you mentioned it too. Like Def Jam Vendetta was such a fucking great follow up to all those games. And then it's a cult classic, and it went so great together. I remember how popular it was too back during my college days and stuff like that. But what you got going here is you already made some music announcements. So Isaiah Williams is one of the names you have announced, and then Pastor Troy coming in, and then Max Caster too. In certain roles we don't know, but pretty damn awesome. How did you've had a relationship with Isaiah for quite a while. He's got he does your theme music and the awesome music video you got. Talk about your relationship with him first, and then we'll get into the other. We'll get with Pastor Troy here next.
Josiah, the theme song GOAT, as I call him. He doesn't like that, but I call him that. I call him that. Him and Mikey Ruckus is just, they're at the top of their game when it comes to actually creating theme songs for professional wrestlers, because they have that passion for the business, but they also have that musical intelligence of, getting the right sounds for the right people and exactly what they want. And I met Josiah after he has left WWE, his previous work, and I finally got to meet him. And I shit you not, the very first conversation we had is I was like, what are you working on right now? And he's like, well, I'm freelancing right now. And I looked him dead in his eyes, and he's like, you know what I'm about to ask you. He was just looking at me. This is the first time we ever met. We exchanged 2 sentences, and he's looking at me in my face like, no, you gotta make my theme song. Because he was just killing it with all the themes, you know what I mean? And all the freestyles over popular themes. And I was like, you have to make my theme song. He was like, all right, let's get it done. And Josiah really got it done for me within weeks. And then how the video came about was something that wasn't really supposed to happen. I actually was on the road with AEW, and Josiah resides in Florida. So I had, messaged him like, hey, I'm going to be in Florida this particular day with AEW. Are you going to be around? And he had just finished the theme song. He had just mastered it. I was like, should we shoot a video? He's like, I'm free. Let's do it. So that's how we just came together and shoot a video for this song. And obviously it blew up and everybody really loved the video and it came together. So he's a very passionate worker. He's very talented at what he does. And he's very unparalleled with his work ethic. Like, that's how he gets the results of the stuff, the work that you've seen he's put in and all the results for the theme songs he's made. Like, because that boy works hard and he takes it very seriously. He's very passionate about music.
Oh, you can tell. And like, you can tell how much he loves doing it too, because it's just like, you connect again, the hip hop connection with the wrestling. It's just like, you can see his love for both of it. And it definitely conveyed in that video too. I tell you what, too, that was like super professional looking and like clean cut. And it was badass, man. So what a good start too.
Yeah, I was so shocked when he sent me the video after he finished, putting it together. Because I remember all the footage we shot, and I was like, man, this is gonna take a while. he had it done within a matter of days, and he sent it to me, and I was like, holy shit!
Damn, that's awesome.
I was like, people are going to be crazy over this one.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's super impressive. Like, for him to be able to do that, man. Wow. Okay. So when you approached him to do the show, I bet he was just immediately like all for, right? Or was he like? How is he done? Has he done like live performances and stuff like that plenty of times and things?
Yeah, I've been talking to him, like, we became really cool, really tight. So I always talk to him on a regular basis. You know what I mean? I always chime in with him. And I was like, I'm talking about this idea with some very important people. It might happen, so I might need you to come out and do it. And this is before Battle Slam was even able to be announced, when I was actually in talks with people about it. And I just couldn't spill it what it was yet. He was like, yeah, I'm down to perform anything wrestling related. So it's took months for Battle Slam to get to this point. Months. So we both was at the AEW music concert for Revolution Weekend. And I was on the stage performing with him because he was performing my theme song. And after that show, I had got confirmation early in the day that Battle Slam is a go. So I told him, I was like, hey, Battle Slam is happening. You know what you got to come do. And he was all for it. He was actually ecstatic. He was like, yes, this is finally something that needed to happen, that should have happened a long time ago. And it just fits right. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that came to be.
That's great. And like, so then how did the gears start turning here with Pastor Troy? Because when you made that announcement, that really blew up too, big time. So,
well, here's the thing. You really can't pull off this event unless you get some real people who are authentically engraved into the hip hop community. Pastor Troy, and a legend in his own right, is very synonymous with Atlanta and very synonymous with the state of Georgia. So having this event here in Atlanta, Battle Slam, hip hop meets professional wrestling, it's only right that Pastor Troy has to be a part of it, because Pastor Troy, as everybody would know, is a major pro wrestling fan, as he carries around big gold everywhere that he goes. And to top that off, I was always a Pastor Troy fan growing up. Especially through middle school and through high school, because he was really a guy that was really killing the scene. Like, all his songs well, all over the radio in Georgia. You know what I mean? Not many made it to the national exposure, but you know, everybody has learned about all his music, and now he's kind of like this talked about legend that a lot of people discover whenever they hear about, you know, Atlanta hip hop or Southeast hip hop, and a lot of people learn about him. So that's how he's been able to stay on the minds of people of the music throughout all these decades, because he has some amazing music. So I had a connection to get in contact with him, and then I actually had a call with him. I had a Zoom call with him, and we talked. And once I told him what it was about and what it was for, he was all for it.
That's great.
He was all for it. Like, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely down to do that." And I was like, "Oh man, this is a whole lot easier than I thought." But he was all for it. So that's how that came to be. So it's really going to be cool for somebody that I used to just listen to and to rock with all the time, going through grade school, and now he's going to be performing, you know, at my wrestling show. So.
Your worlds are colliding. It's gonna have pro wrestling and the hip hop act. What's so as far as Max Caster, is he gonna be maybe double dipping here, doing maybe some in-ring work and some performance stuff?
I don't know. You know, you gotta let Max Caster be Max Caster. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I gotta put it. Max Caster will definitely be in action. Will Max Caster do anything else? I don't know. I guess
it's up to Max Caster.
It's up to Max Caster. So, you know what I mean? That was definitely one of the first talents. Because me and Max Caster, you know, we're pretty cool. And I was like, oh yeah, I got to have I got to have Max Caster for this, because it fits him very perfectly. And he has a very particular style that would definitely stand out. So
no doubt.
It's gonna be a great team.
Well, you got some great names too already announced. Darris Martin, who just returned, and damn, I mean, like, this is just from the outsider's perspective, but when he came back in that battle royal, I mean, like, dude, that guy is so crisp, and it's so cool to see him back with his brother, and like them kicking back with top flight and everything like that. It's gonna be. I'm happy to see him back. Right on the move with everything, because he's got his brother. They both have like this athletic ability, but Darris also has a very, very good look too, where it's just like his built and everything like that. And so I'm pumped for him. Like, he's going places too, not just Dante, but Darris too, I think. So that was a cool first announcement to make, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Darris is very, very talented. Me and him, we battled. Mm-hmm. Once upon a time on AW Dark, you know what I mean? So I know very well how great he is in the ring. You know, and he's definitely somebody who really loves hip hop and really loves the culture. So it was definitely a great fit.
Absolutely. And then today, just as right before we started this interview, you made the announcement that Lee Moriarty, Pittsburgh's very own, is going to be at Battle Slam here coming up. Talk about your thoughts overall about him, and how you've seen him perform in AEW, and how he fits too in the Battle Slam mold as well.
Yeah, Lee Moriarty, as you know, has you know, been to Atlanta to wrestle for Terminus before. A lot of people kind of do know he's a very, very big hip hop head. He loves hip hop music. You know, that's his thing. You know what I mean? And the new song that he has on the AEW Who We Are album is pretty dope. And, you know, he loves that. And if y'all ever seen the episode of Dark when he debuted to come out to that theme song, he talks about his love for hip hop and everything that comes together with him in wrestling. So being the great wrestler that he is, it was once again a no-brainer.
Yep.
For having, you know, Lee Moriarty at this Battle Slam event.
Yeah. As far as you mentioned it kind of too, relating it to Def Jam and Vendetta and everything like that, what can fans maybe expect, like, from a setup of how the whole show might operate? I know you don't want to maybe reveal too much, but is there anything that, like, fans can kind of look forward to that maybe like in certain other ways pays homage to the game or to just like what you're talking about with hip hop and wrestling coming together?
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, I know
about that. But all I'm gonna say is if you were a fan of the video game, or if you are a fan of hip hop and you know what the culture is about, the vision that you have in your head for this event is exactly what it's going to be. Just like Rick Ross said, it's going to be a movie, baby.
Oh, that's great. As far as yeah, I guess I got to ask you about this. I mean, Def Jam, those games are great. If you were to have it get remade now, let's take away like the label, like it can be Def Jam, but it like you can bring in any 5 hip hop artists you want into a new game of it. Who would you bring in?
Oh man, I gotta have a starting 5 for a new, hip hop pro wrestling crossover video game.
Yeah.
Whew. Just like anybody that watches any type of programming on television, or anybody that's a fan of hip hop, it can get out of control sometimes, but sometimes when rappers are beefing, it's very entertaining.
Yes.
If it ends, very positive. Like,
yeah.
We've seen Nas and Jay-Z go at it. We've seen,
Nas and Jay-Z. I was going to say that one.
Yeah. We've seen Nas and Jay-Z go at it. We've seen Drake and Meek Mill go at it. You know what I mean? And at the end, everything turns out. You know what I mean? Gucci and Jeezy was at each other for a while, but now we just seen them recently do a versus together, so everything seemed to be smoothed out. So, we enjoyed a little back and forth.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think it was M and Machine Gun Kelly at one point. So it's like as long as it ends, respectfully. Right. It can be a thing that we do really like to enjoy and engage. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, my first guy I would want on there is T.I.
Yeah.
That's my guy. You know what I mean? I'm a huge T.I. fan. Of course, I had to see Kanye because Kanye is gonna stir up so much drama with everyone.
Right.
So.
You could, and bonus character, downloadable character would be Pete Davidson. Get that on.
You have to put Kanye in
yeah.
5. I think we got to put like someone like Lil Nas X in there as well.
Nice. Oh, I didn't think about him.
Because that'll be a very interesting dynamic. What's that? It's 3.
That's 3. Yes.
So we got to get a legend up in there. So we definitely got to do Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's got to be in there.
Got to put a legend up in there. And plus, if it wouldn't be an interesting game if we didn't have, a female representation of today. So somebody like a Cardi B or Nicki Minaj.
Well, Cardi B's a huge wrestling fan too, doesn't she like Edge back in the day or something? I think it was.
Yeah, she definitely is a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, so that's perfect there. I know I want to see like Nas in there. DMX was already in there. Who was?
I would definitely like to see that return. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with those situations.
Definitely.
With those situations, it's up to the family, but I would definitely like to see that return.
Hell yeah. I really, man, yeah, Nas would probably be my first playable character. I think I'd go with too. I just like that new album. So, but yeah, I think that it's perfect. As far as anything else, what else do you want to talk about with this? Is there anything else you want to note to the fans, what they should be aware of, or like how? Obviously, I know how to get these announcements because you do them right on your Twitter. But is there anything else you want to make aware of for the fans here coming up before April 24th hits?
Yeah, the thing I want to make a very aware that is there are going to be announcements daily.
Mhm.
There's a lot to announce and not that long of a time frame. So there will be announcements daily. This event will be a full crossover event. So this is a pro wrestling event. This is also like a hip hop event. So there will be pro wrestling matches. You will get a full pro wrestling card, and you will have a lineup of artists that will perform. And you will absolutely see at a later date how they're going to come together and coexist under one building. So there's a lot more talent to be announced on the pro wrestling side, and there's a lot more talent to be announced on the performance side. So stay tuned. You can follow, me on Twitter at the Emperor. That's where most of the announcements will take place from. Also follow Terminus Pro because they will also be, helping with the announcements as well. There is also, you can follow on Facebook. You follow Terminus page on Facebook, or you can follow the Battle Slam page on Facebook at Battle Slam, all together in one word. Soon we will be having an account on Twitter, and everybody will know when that happens. But right now, we're getting everything initially out through my Twitter and with the help of the Terminus pages. Also, you can follow me on IG too, because I put little hint templates on my IG all the time. My stories. Nice. So
yes.
So if you follow me on there, you will definitely be able to catch some hints that people are not going to see elsewhere. But yeah, we got a lot of talent to go through, and there's going to be some very interesting characters pop up. So I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna just save that.
I like that. You gotta leave the fans wanting more. Okay, I gotta ask you. It wouldn't be a Baron Black interview if I don't ask you about some video games here. I saw on Twitter you mentioned remakes. If you want remakes done in games, Freedom Fighters was an excellent choice. I love that game.
Oh man, bro, just to stop right there for a second. I don't know what happened to EA from that time period to now.
No,
but they put out so much excellent content, and Freedom Fighters was one of the games that kind of went under the radar. A few people bought it. It charted on the NPD a little bit, but it didn't top it in charts. A lot of people bought the game, but not as many as other games from EA library, like the old 007 games and the Most Wanted, Need for Speed games and all that. But damn, that game was good. And I never understood why that game never got a sequel.
No, No, it was so solid. And like the storyline was great. And yeah, the mechanics of it, I had a blast with, man. It was a lot of fun. Like, yeah, that's one of them. The other one I wanted to throw in the mix too was the XMen Legends games. I love those games a lot. And maybe it's just like a copyright or like licensing issue with some of that stuff, but I don't know why they don't bring those Ultimate Alliance games back, because those were a lot of fun too.
Well, the last one they did, the Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch, was really good.
Oh, okay.
That was really good. So if I'm a betting man, I think it's going to be another one, because that one did pretty well on Switch, and it was a really damn good game.
Yeah, and just the roster of characters you could have on there were awesome.